Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. It's once again Friday the 13th, so let's continue our look at Jason and Leatherface with Jason and Leatherface, issue number 2. As usual, we start with the cover, but unfortunately I can't show the majority of this picture, as not only does it show a dismembered woman being served up like a holiday turkey towards the Sawyer family, but it also showcases some hateful symbolism, and I can't afford to get demonetized, so with that being said, the cover is what you'd expect. Jason and Leatherface, home for holidays! If it's anything like my family, there will be potatoes on the ceiling. Don't ask. We begin with Jason reliving his nightmares. He shouldn't have gone into the water without a buddy, all the counselors said. But no one at Camp Crystal Lake wanted to be his buddy.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
And it was so hot. And the water looked so inviting. I say let's go swimming, but it's obviously that Jason cannot. Jason is woke up by Drayton and told that breakfast is ready, so he joins the family downstairs as they are about to dig in. Smells good, what is it? It's your favorite scrambled brains. Well, now my head to a coffee table, so it is. You know, you'd think with all the brains that the Sawyer family eats, they'd be more intelligent, but what can you do? Drayton questions why Jason doesn't take his mask off. Maybe he's one of them there vegetarians. There's no need to be calling company foul names. You got better manners than that. Fact that a psychopathic family can still accept that you don't eat meat, or in this case brains, shows that some people just can't accept others' lifestyles. Nubbins flicks a spoonful at his brother, so he's punished to go to work at the garage. This begins a chain of abuse as Drayton smacks Nubbins, and Nubbins blames Leatherface for it, so he hits him for it instead. This seems to give Jason flashbacks of his own parental abuse, but then Drayton shows his lovely kitchen. This here's the kitchen and butchering area. It ain't nothing like the slaughterhouse Grandma used to work at. Back in the good old days. See, back then we had to walk 5 miles to kill somebody, and all we got was a spoon! Drayton continues the tour of the body shop, reminiscing on his past as a chef, before Nubbins has Jason come and look at his pet dog, who looks terrible and may not even be alive. I can excuse violence and murder and cannibals, but dog abusers are pieces of shit. Nubbins remembers his old dog, but gets yelled at to go to the gas station, where we go to a very lovely couple driving, but they run out of gas. You and your shortcuts. If we'd stay on the interstate, we could be at my sister's by now. Keep nagging me, woman, and you'll be riding me! Wait. The couple eventually make their way to the gas station, and Nubbins is quick to scare the hell out of them, and begins working on their car, and they drive away after he's even more of a creep. Thanks for the directions. Don't mention it. My pleasure, I'm sure. Especially since it's gonna be a dead end. Nubbins runs to get Leatherface to get help killing the couple, but Drayton suggests bringing Jason instead, telling him to be a big boy and let Jason get the kills. Fine, but I still get to wear their face. The couple's car, of course, breaks down, starting a fight between the two of them while blaming Nubbins for the obvious problem. I'm real sorry to hear that you feel that way. Not! That is such a 90s way of killing somebody. I love it. The woman tries to run away, only to run straight into Jason, who grabs her and begins to choke her out. Why did they draw her looking like a fish? Nubbins is mad that Jason let her die because he's a creep as well as a murderer. Meanwhile, the Sawyer family are doing housework, and Drayton is upset that the couple is old. Burn, I was hoping we could get some youngins this time out. Their meat is so much more tender. It is obvious that the Sawyer family is definitely in a certain set of files. While Drayton takes care of the couple's bodies, Nubbins decides to show Jason what he calls art, which is disturbing taxidermy, from lamps to chairs to even a Santa Claus. This looks like stuff that Dr. Blood would have in his room. Thank you for giving me ideas. Just don't touch my cat. Leatherface accidentally falls and destroys the skeleton chair, pissing off his brother, so he begins abusing him once again in front of Jason, sending him into another flashback where a young Jason is being chased by his father, only to hide behind his mom, who then kills her husband. So here's one of the continuity things in this trio of comics that really bugs me. They showed Jason's mother name as Doris, even though it's widely known that her name is Pamela. Now, that brings the question whether or not Doris was her real name and she started calling herself Pamela after the events. So, where's that story? Jason in the present stops Nubbins from beating up his brother, throwing him into some boxes, and helping up Leatherface. Nubbins is of course toxic and acting like a baby before stabbing himself to prove he's got no emotions. You can't hurt me! I hurt me! Jason goes to hurt Nubbins, but Leatherface asks him not to, leading to more abuse from Nubbins, insulting his younger brother and making his brother cry. Jason then goes upstairs to question everything about what's going on, fighting the grandparents and thinking about all the past killings that he's done. Drayton finds Jason and apologizes for the way he was treated by Nubbins. The two of them bond over a family picture as Drayton talks about his promise of being there for his family when his sister died, ending the issue on that portrait. This comic is meh. It's mediocre to be best. The comic feels more like it's caring more about all of Nubbin's thoughts than Jason or Leatherface. They feel like they're background characters in their own story. And then all at the same time, it's trying to make you feel bad for two slasher characters. I want to see murder, and we only get one kill in this issue. So overall, it's not the worst comic I've ever read, especially in the Friday the 13th franchise, but it's not the best either. It's just there. That being said, we are going to finish this series come March when we have another Friday the 13th. But that being said, Gamuary's next. And time to look at Street Fighter the movie, as well as the final Power Rangers knockoff I haven't taken a look at with the pilot for VR Troopers. So, those are coming soon. That being said, thank you for watching. I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome.